We're going to shout out a new pledge.
Yay.
Welcome, Carrie.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you for joining us. We'd love to hear what brought you.
Yes, please reach out.
Yeah, we would love to know.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I also just want to send our love to California with the LA fires.
Yes.
LA Betties, our hearts are with you.
Absolutely.
It's awful. It's devastating.
Like how does it happen? How does this happen?
Yeah, well, I think that's another podcast, but
I think it is. We should link one.
It's devastating.
Because we're not the experts on that.
No,
that's
but
for sure.
if you can donate or lend your help,
yes,
please do.
Absolutely.
Our hearts are with you.
Yes, thank you. So tonight we are discussing season 3, episode 9, which is titled "The Con Game." Aired August 7th, 2012. Written by Elijah J. Baraz and directed by Wendy Stanzler. Arya and Spencer may engage in a heated game of truth to get some answers from Jenna, but are they willing to give up some of their truths? Terrible. I know someone had wrote in on our YouTube. They're like, use, it wasn't IMDb because that's what I was using. I forget exactly what they said.
Is it the wiki? No,
it was a different site. They're like, oh, use the fuck.
Well, we can. Hey,
I will have to look at the YouTube comments. They're like, use this. It's better for the summary. And I'm like, I thank you. And I completely forgot about it.
That summary is like if I wrote that summary.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. Exactly. Exactly.
Not that you're terrible, but I feel like we didn't really hit upon anything in the episode.
This should have been like the Marin women get kisses, and it's also the introduction of brothers. We get 2 brothers, and the Marins get kisses.
2 brothers?
Yes, we get Noel's brother.
Oh, yes,
and we get Wesley.
Okay, you're right.
These are 2 new characters we have not met before.
That's going to be our summary. The Marins get kissed and 2 brothers.
I wish this rhymed differently, or just it rhymed in general.
Yeah, again, back to the poetry. We're not very good over here, but there was more poetry with Maya in this episode.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, Mike asked, Spencer said she was done being Velma. Which Scooby Doo character do you think you're most like?
Probably Velma.
I have to be honest, I don't know anything about Scooby Doo.
Well, you know of.
I mean, I know Scooby and Shaggy, Velma, Daphne.
What
is there anyone else?
Yes.
Something with
Is it Scooby Doo? No. Scooby Doo.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I know the culture. I just never participated in it.
Right.
I guess I'm like Sarah Michelle Gellar's. Who's that?
I think that's
Daphne, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what is the blonde hair guy's name?
I wanted to say it was like Freddie or something. Is it Freddie?
You're right. Hold on. It is. Liz is like, I don't know anything about that world. Yet let me just name off the roster.
Because that is
Fred.
That's the
Freddie
one.
Prinze Jr., right?
No, Freddie Prinze Jr. is Shaggy, right? And then the other guy from Scream, Matt. He's Fred. Okay, apparently I knew way more than I thought I did.
I actually have never seen those movies. I've only watched the cartoon.
The cartoon, yeah. I wasn't a big cartoon kid, so
right.
I'm whoever Sarah Michelle Gellar is.
What do you think Mike is?
Yeah,
I don't know. Mike, tell us. Or write us an email.
Yeah.
Like which Scooby Doo character do you relate to the most?
Mike is Scooby.
I was gonna do like
yes. Okay, anyway. So we find out in this episode that Maya has a photo on her website of the mysterious tattoo. So it was confirmed, even though I don't know why we would doubt Holden's answer, but it was confirmed Maya has been at these parties or whatever party that was.
The fact that we saw Holden in the
flashbacks, we could not bring him in.
I wanted to see him.
I know, and Arya references him, and I'm like, obviously, like he was a part of her life. It just was weird that again we didn't utilize the character. No, he's not gone. I don't remember when. It could be seasons. I don't know.
Stop it. If
know.
they bring Holden
But he
back,
definitely, we will see him again. I just don't know when.
I feel like we're gonna see him in 3 years from now.
After they've graduated from high school.
He'll be at a cafe and they'll be like, oh, hey, Holden. Like he's been here the whole time.
Oh, hey,
like what they did with Lane's dad.
Oh my God, I know. Randy and I are on the 7th season. We just watched the first episode of season 7, which as
Gilmore break.
Here's our Gilmore break. And Randy obviously has never seen it. He's like, what's with Lane's dad? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, will we ever meet him? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, when? It's like the 7th season. I'm like, I don't know. What? We'll meet him though. He's like, it's just, I don't get it. Like, we never talk about him. We just never see him. I'm like, trust me, I know.
You're so good very for holding your own. Cause I'd be like, you know, I have trouble.
Because in the beginning, for one episode, he doesn't even have a line. He's just like, sorry if we ruined that for you.
I know. Oops.
Yeah. So the girls, okay. I did not have any punctuation in the sentence, but the sentence was that the girls obviously keep the secret from Emily that they have logged into Maya's website. And so Hanna ends up being like, we can give you the password. Like, I'm sorry that we took this away from you, but we thought you were happy with Paige. We didn't want to ruin that. And Emily's like, let me just do it for myself. Okay. Like, let me find it. Like, don't keep things from me.
How do you feel about this? If you were in her shoes, like, I'm going to say that again. How do you feel about this? If you were in her shoes, obviously you wouldn't want to be lied to, but your friends are protecting you because you're in a good spot. You're having a nice moment.
It's like the same old story with majority of the storylines in the show is like one of the girls is on the outside because it's too hard, like Hanna with Caleb or Emily obviously with Maya, or even, whatever. But I think they were just doing what they had to do.
Would you want me to keep something like this from you? If you were in a new relationship and things were going hot with Paige?
I guess not.
Oh, I know. It's so hard. I always want to protect my people.
Absolutely.
That is like naturally in me. And I find that more and more. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to protect as much as I can.
I think if like there was a murder at large or 2 murders and my friends and I have been blackmailed for like 2 years and we don't know who killed her, I think I'd be like, no, you need to fucking tell me.
Good point. We haven't dealt with that.
We haven't dealt with the fact that nobody knows what happened here. So they're also trying to figure out the mystery. Yeah. And so Emily, she watches videos and I'm sure she reads many things on the website and she's doing it alone because obviously it's hard. I don't think anyone else should be present for this. Yeah. And then she's watching them and Paige comes in her room and Emily's like, I'm sorry, like I didn't tell you I was going to be doing it. And Paige's like, I'm sorry I walked in, your mom told me I can come up. And Paige and her have a really nice moment where they talk about death and home videos and how it's nice to see or hear someone's voice that's passed along. And, just grief takes time. And Emily's just like, cuddles with Paige and Paige was really supportive and I really loved it.
I gotta tell you, if I was watching this by myself, I'd be bawling.
Oh yeah.
I felt tears coming in.
Yeah.
And I was like, Michelle, you were on a Zoom watch right now. And I mean, if it was just you and me, I probably would.
Yeah.
Not that I can't cry in front of our buddies, but like I felt like if that would have started, I would have needed a moment.
Oh,
Paige it was really good scene.
It was a really good scene.
Last week we're laughing at Paige for synchronized swimming. This week we're like, Paige, that was really good.
You're right.
But you know what? I think that's how it's just gonna go with Paige.
I think we're gonna get a little bit.
Every week is different.
Yeah, we never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, Paige, that was a very sweet scene.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
So over to Spencer, and obviously with everything going on, I don't know how she still managed to get a B in what was it? One of her classes. AP something.
French.
Something. One of those courses. She got a B, which obviously to Spencer, she would never get a B.
Be awful.
I'm like, the fact that you are being stalked, your boyfriend is mad at you, your brother just drove drunk, your mom is defending someone who you hate. And like the fact that you have all this going on in your life and you still managed to get a B. I think that's pretty damn fantastic.
Great, Spencer.
I would have loved to get a B in high school.
Did you get a? You've gotten B's. In
Oh,
high
I
school.
did. I mean, I got A's, B's, and C's, and D's, and E's, and F's.
Did you get F's?
No, not in high school.
Not as like a.
No, I got the only time I ever got an F was in astrology in college.
Wait,
because
astrology or astronomy?
Astronomy.
Yeah. Okay. Because astrology, I'm like.
No,
okay.
astronomy.
Yes. Did you take it at Suffolk?
Yes, I did.
Same, and you went in the planetarium?
That was the best part of the whole class.
The best part.
The only times I got A's were when we went into the planetarium because, bitch, you knew I memorized the constellations. Like
cool.
Yeah, but then everything else was physics. And I was like, I don't know how to do math. It was impossible. Like there were formulas. It was really hard.
That was in astronomy?
Yes, it was really, really hard.
I don't remember that part of it.
Well, bless you, because I took that course with my friend Angela, and the both of us, she got a D and I got an F. Because I could not pass the rest of it except for the constellation parts. That's it. And those were like the mid semester and the end of semester.
Yeah.
But everything in between, I like literally could not do. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. And my professor was such an asshole.
Blonde hair, glasses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Young.
Yep.
Don't remember his name.
Yep.
But then many, many years later, Randy's cousin had him and she liked him. And I'm like, did he like get cool or something? I remember him thinking he was really cool at that point. And I was like, you're not, dude. You're not it. So stop trying to act like you are. He used to make us bring in our own number 2 pencils.
Yep.
Yeah. And your own Scantrons. And if you Scantrons, for those of you who don't know what Scantrons. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he was such a dick.
You just brought back so many memories. I had that class that was one of my 7:30 in the morning. And
I had it so early in the morning.
With me and 3 of my friends took it together.
The fact that you did really well in the math portion and you don't even remember it.
Who knows? I might.
Who knows?
I don't know if I did well, but I don't think I got an F.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
But
wow.
But Spencer got to be, which good for you, girl. You got to be. She also is dealing with the fact that she forgot to early apply to UPenn, which is like her school of choice, her top school. And now she doesn't know what to do because I guess to her, if she missed early application, she's never going to get in. Is that like what all the smart kids do,
Yeah. And I feel like, well, maybe this goes with the girls are just very, very preoccupied, but we haven't heard about anything about college. Like there's been no talks, right?
No.
I mean, they're dealing with some stuff, so I get it, but
the only thing was with
sudden.
Emily potentially getting a scholarship to swim.
Right.
But other than that, we haven't talked about college. And I think I'm correct to say they are in their senior year of high school.
I was just about to ask, do we get graduation this year?
I guess so. I don't remember.
Like, I wonder how
such
this
a blur.
season goes.
It is such a blur.
Do we go through June or do we stop in?
I think if I had to predict, I don't think we get graduation this season. I think we make it into season 4. We did like I'm trying to think. There were shows. One Tree Hill, maybe. So there were shows where they were like still in their senior year for like 2 seasons. I think we do that. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yes. So Spencer says she doesn't know how she's going to get in, and CeCe overhears this because she had seen that Aria had lost her phone at the counter at the coffee shop. And she's like, oh, you're fine. You're a Hastings. You'll get in. No problem. And she's like, I need some miracle. And so CeCe said that she got in to UPenn and that a friend, or I guess an high school acquaintance of hers, Steven, is now one of the admissions counselors, or like works for the admissions office at UPenn. And there is a party tonight. She wasn't going to go, but Spencer basically begs her, like, please, I need to meet Steven. It's so ridiculous. I know. I don't know. I have no words because it's so stupid.
Do you have feelings about CeCe? You obviously know CeCe.
I have so many feelings about CeCe.
You have so many, but you probably
I can't tell you now.
Them. I guess I am in.
It is very hard to judge if she is a genuine person,
right? So
or
like
not.
how I'm feeling is not weird.
No, this is how everyone feels when you first meet CeCe.
I cannot get a read on this girl.
Yeah.
What is your deal, CeCe Drake?
She's aloof, but she's also like in everyone's business
and knows everything.
knows everyone.
Yeah.
Smart,
Yeah.
sexually driven. So she's really hard to read.
She's like a mixture of Georgina.
Yes.
But not as dark yet. Because Georgina.
She's very Georgina-esque. But Georgina is,
who else would we throw in there? Who always seems to have a hookup come through. I'm drawing a blank on other people in our realm.
Yeah.
Who I could throw in there.
She's very Gossip Girl to me.
She's very Gossip Girl. That's probably why I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
Like Georgina came to mind. We said that, right? Like she's very I don't know why Gossip Girl is on the brain because I said Diane was very Gossip Girl.
She is too. She is, yeah.
Yeah.
Wes could also be on Gossip Girl.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand your thoughts with CeCe. It's hard to read on her.
So many thoughts, and you can't.
I have so many thoughts. I mean, as of right now, I enjoy it. I think that it's quite comical to watch her.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
We'll truck on as the show goes on, and we'll see CeCe in all of her glory.
Yeah.
So Spencer decides she's gonna pick out an outfit. She starts putting on these like suit jackets. Aria's like, "Wait a minute, absolutely not. Is that your mother's? It is your mother's. I can't have you wear this. It's a Friday night party. It starts at 7. No, it does not. Well, actually, it must start at 7:30 because it took them a half hour to get from Rosewood to the KAHN Lake House or wherever this place was.
Mm-hmm.
So they still met at 7 to get there for 7:30. That seems really early, even for us people who didn't go to parties that late.
Very early. And
you're like post out of college.
Everybody's there. It's not like they showed up and people are like trickling in. No, this is a packed party.
Packed party. Unless they've been drinking like all day long.
Maybe.
And it was a daytime event. I don't really know. People come in and out of this party.
Right.
Yeah. So Arya picks out an outfit for her very quickly. They had a fantastic scene. And I've got a lot of people wrote about it. Like this scene was perfect.
Oh.
Kate said this is one of her favorite scenes of the series. Yeah.
It doesn't give me much hope. I have to say. Oh my gosh. Because the scene was so good and it felt there was such a levity to it. And
it felt like you were watching Lucy and Troyan. Like it didn't feel like it was so stuffy of like.
Why don't we get more of these little friendship moments?
Because they're so stressed all the time. We can't be happy.
But for a moment, you could talk about your stress things, but kind of do it in a friendship-y, way. You know what I'm saying, right?
Totally. You could joke about your stressors and still have make light of it. I mean, this is like their stressor is like something really dangerous.
No, I know.
But it was such a sweet, genuine scene. I loved the laughing. It almost felt like they were even improvising it, even though I'm sure they weren't. It just felt really natural to watch. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I guess they meet CeCe and they go to this party and they realize, oh shit, this is at the KAHN cabin. They've been to parties there before.
Looks familiar.
Yeah. And we had seen a flashback a while ago that Allie had brought them to the party there. And that's when the girl fell down the stairs and Ian was there. Like, things have happened at this house and the girls are like, we don't know what to do. There's past history. Aria dated him for like 5 seconds.
They sung together.
And CeCe's like, oh my God, yeah, Eric, he has a little brother. And so we finally meet Eric, who is Noel's older brother. We hear about him in the books. I think we might have heard about him one time on the show. I don't even know if we have at all.
Yeah, and I feel, if I remember correctly, in the books, they talk about this cabin and the parties that the KAHNs have.
Yeah, so they have woven that into the show.
Yeah. And
the girls are at the door. CeCe gives her name and they get stamped, and it's the same stamp that has been on Holden and Maya. And other girls are like, oh shit, it's a Noel KAHN party or the KAHN party.
Yeah.
I thought
so weird
that Holden had said it was a traveling party. Like you never knew where it was going to be. Did I make this up? I thought it was supposed to be like Nick and Nora. That's honestly what I thought. I had made that reference, so I remembered that.
Have made that reference. I don't remember. I remember you saying the reference. I don't remember what you were calling the reference.
I could have just been making it up. But I guess maybe not. Or maybe it could be at like other people's houses. Maybe this is like a sort of like.
Is this a thing?
like school, not a fraternity, but like a
Right.
group of friends
Right.
that like do this.
Yeah.
So maybe Eric is a part of it or Noel's a part of it, and they throw parties places. But this night happened to be at the KAHN cabin.
Because it's not Noel's party, it's Eric's party.
It's Eric's party. Yeah, I guess so.
But then
Because I
Holden-
think it was supposed to be like people from their high school that they were all getting together to hang out,
Right.
which obviously they're younger.
So if this was like kind of a traveling party, secret society that, what's Noel's older brother?
Eric.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Wow. That Eric is a part of. How did Holden get a part of this?
Right. Like, how did Holden find out about it?
I'm hoping we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so
Okay.
too.
Uh-huh. All right.
I really hope so.
Okay.
CeCe says Steven, he's going to
Steven.
be in the game room. Whenever he shows, he's going to be in the game room. So they all head to the game room, which is literally just like pool table and other games. And apparently if you're in the room, you have to play truth or dare. And so CeCe and Eric verse each other, and it's like all this sexual tension and blah, blah, blah. Who do you want to have sex with? And
Yeah.
CeCe's loving it.
And it's timed.
And it's timed. Yeah. Who
This
know?
is
We
like
don't know if it's a minute, 5 minutes. We don't know
Yeah,
how long
it's
it
like
is.
Speed,
Truth or dare.
truth or dare. Wow. I've never played it like this before.
Never
It's like
ever.
interrogating one another.
It is, exactly. And so Michelle and I were talking off mic, like, okay, well, people could lie, but I guess the whole point is to be like, I know this is the truth, and I'm outing you to other people in the
You need
room.
to admit it.
Just admit what you did.
And there was a rule, like if you have to play, and if you're found lying, do you go? No, you just have to play.
I don't
right?
even think they said.
They didn't say that, right?
No, I don't think they said
We're
anything
all
about
very
lying.
Tense here. Just
Very tense, yeah.
wow.
So they play, and then Noel comes in with Jenna. So apparently they're back on. Yeah, new eyes. She can see him. They both have very beautiful eyes together now.
Yeah.
And they're back on. And Jenna is like, she's like that one mean girl in school that like you watch in those videos. It has one line. She's like, yeah. So
She's also
unnecessary.
It's so strange when Noel is sitting on the couch. She's sitting
Just-
next to him, and
and
her hand,
just her arm like slouched on him. For what purpose? So you could look cool.
like
This is my boo.
right. Like
Get him, honey. Right.
Guard dog. What?
It's not a good look. It's just, to me, and I don't think this was anything that Tammin did. I think it was just like Jenna has to be very territorial, very like, I got attitude, even though like, for what? I don't know. And then she has the nerve to say to Noel, like, I would not be interrogated by Spencer Hastings again. It's like, what? You're the mean girl. You are the mean girl, though.
right.
So Spencer's going to be interrogated by you. I mean, Spencer did. She held her own.
She did.
But before that, Noel goes versus Arya. And Noel's just trying to get Arya to admit that she was having relations with her teacher. Even though the whole room already knows she was having relations with her teacher, she did say, I met him at a bar. That's true. I didn't have sex with him when he was my teacher. That's true. But what was Maya doing here? And he's like, what do you need to know about Maya for? Like, she always had an open invitation.
So
She came to some, she came to none. Like, he didn't,
How
it was
many
nothing.
of these parties were going on?
Right?
That's
And then
what I
that
wanna know.
nobody, like, the girls, maybe they just like weren't in tune to it because other things were going on. But obviously Maya knew. I think next week Noel talks about how he would sell her drugs, like sell her weed.
Got
And
it.
so that's how they made a relation there.
Mhm.
Other than that, like, okay. She just
Yeah.
kept going to the parties to get weed. Like, she could have just gotten the weed and left, or
Right. Hmm.
yeah. So Noel's like confused as to why Arya would ask about Maya. And then she's like, well, where were you the night that Allison body was found? And he's like, what the hell? What is it? He's like, he has just no clue. He's got no clue. It just wasn't a very good game. It wasn't good. He just tried to get it out of Arya that she was dating her teacher. And Jenna's like, we already know, Arya, just admit it.
She had no appropriate ammo for him.
No,
She's
she
just
didn't.
trying to like
She had
get
none
out
of
what
it.
she needs to know.
Yeah.
She's just asking anybody.
And then he's like, did you get me in trouble last year? She's like, that wasn't me. Like, he just,
yeah.
what she was saying was true.
and
And
to-
what he was saying apparently was true too.
Right. I mean, to be fair, he was playing the game Right.
Right. And she was like all over the place and
Yeah.
he didn't know how to navigate. What are you asking me these
You're like,
questions
what?
for? He's like, this is not fun. You're supposed to ask me like how many people I have sex with. Like that. I don't get what you're asking me these questions for.
Yeah.
So then Arya is like so shaken up by him. She's so shaken up. She has to leave.
I like that she said, I can't believe I let Noel Khan
He got
me
to her. Yeah.
at a game of truth and dare. And
She said, what am I in the 6th grade?
And I was like, yes, I've been there. I get it. I like that you said this.
Yeah, me too. But then Spencer's like, but I have to stay because I'm going to verse Jenna. And CeCe's like, yeah, I'm staying too. She doesn't stay, but I'm like, okay, if you were a nice person, you would be like, Arya, I'll take you home. But you're not. I mean, maybe she's been drinking. But then again, you drove there.
And we're so hoping that Steven's here.
Right.
So he can give the application
right.
for
So
you
Arya's like, I need to go. I understand why you need to stay. And they hug like it's like the most dramatic thing they're parting ever. Like, I'm never going to see you again. Which I thought was so funny.
You're going to war.
Yeah. And then CeCe's apparently nowhere to be found. And Spencer is like looking around for her. She was apparently hooking up with Eric. And Spencer's like, F this. You brought me here just so you can hook up with Eric. There is no Steven. I haven't seen him. What did you do with my application? She's like, I gave it to him. He was in the game room for all of 2 minutes. Like, it seems so far-fetched. And she's like, also, it's probably on the desk of the admissions as we speak. What? Ow.
I can't even wrap my head around it because it makes me feel like CeCe had ulterior motives to bring Spencer there and called her friend Steven and was like, yeah, like if I give you an application, come for 5, like, but I need to do this for myself. Will you owe me, you owe me a favor or whatever. I also, like, what did you think about Spencer versus Jenna?
Right. I know. I forgot to mention that. Like, it was an uneventful with all the things that the audience already knows, basically, except for the fact that Noel was with her the night she found Emily.
Right.
And they found her at a diner.
Right. And then Jenna said, along the lines, I'm paraphrasing here, you promised me.
You would keep the secret that I could see. That's what she's like. She doesn't answer
longer than she let on.
Yeah, she doesn't answer any of Spencer's questions. Spencer basically doesn't answer any of her questions. They just keep asking each other questions with no answer.
Right.
And Jenna's like, where is the video? I love her delivery. She's like, that was rhetorical. This isn't. Where is the video? And Spencer's like, there were a lot. You have to be more specific. She's like, you know which one. And Spencer's like, it's safe. I'm like, haha, it was thrown in a lake, but I guess that's safe. Remember, it just like kind of like fell out of someone's hand and fell into the lake. I think, if I'm correct, my memory. The girls didn't know. Oh no. I'm sorry. No,
on this
that was
video.
the file, not the tape. I don't remember. I don't know where the tapes are. Who has the tapes? A has the tapes. A had the tapes. I don't know where the tapes are.
Where are the tapes?
I don't know. Who has the tapes? I'm pretty sure A like deleted all of them off of Spencer's
That's what I thought too.
computer.
We
Unless they backed up their. I have no idea.
We need a show Bible.
We do need a show Bible.
So then
I'm
we could
sure there
just-
is something.
I could reference and be
Yes.
like, oh, tapes.
Right?
Chapter.
Oh, tapes here.
Let me
if this
get
exists,
the binder.
please everyone let us know.
Yeah, can you link it to us? Because I
will purchase. I will purchase.
Absolutely, because this is a reference point. It is very hard to keep all of this in your brain.
Yeah.
And so to refer back, and truth be told, I'm like, what exact tape are we talking about?
Right. I think it's the tape that proves that Jenna was inappropriate with her brother.
Yes.
Molesting her brother, basically.
Now the train has arrived at the station.
Yeah. So the girls say it's safe. I don't know where it is, to be honest. I really don't remember.
I wonder if Spencer was kind of
bullshitting her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the game's over.
Well, because the timer went off.
Yeah. Everyone wants to know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Britt had asked, based on the truth game, are we meant to believe Jenna knows the girls found her at the grave? I guess she means Emily.
Mm-hmm.
I think so, because I think she was like very much saying like, I know Emily was there.
Right.
And you were protecting her by saying you were at the lake house, just like I'm protecting someone. We don't know who that is. That's like the one thing we've learned. I'm protecting someone. It's clearly not Noel, unless it is Noel. But it's not Noel. I don't honestly remember who it is, but
a goober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all we found out was Jenna and Noel found Maya at the restaurant. No, found Emily at this diner.
Yep.
And she was very, very drunk.
Yep.
Guess they got her in the car, but then she ran out. So they said.
Allegedly.
Assuming that was the rest of the story was true. Maybe she ran out to get Paige, or Paige was before then. We don't know the timeline. We don't know the timeline. Again, does it matter? Do we need to know what happened to Emily that night?
Well, I think so. I feel like we do.
Does it have to do with A? Does it have to do with the killer? I don't know.
I think so. Or it could be just throwing us off, but like this whole season so far has been about
Emily and that night. Yeah. Right. Okay. So the application gets on the desk because Spencer gets an email from UPenn that the application was accepted.
Is this real?
Everyone wants to know, what do you make of this? Do we believe that this is just, we're supposed to believe the fantasy of Steve got it on the desk, blah, 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 or A, has set up this fake email, or CeCe has done something to do something with the email or is working with A?
Yeah, right.
You know, like, what are we to believe in this situation? Are we supposed to believe the fantasy of like, no, it's real?
D all above. Going by how that scene was shown to us and the music playing, it seemed very triumphant.
It did.
And it seemed very.
Spencer was like, yeah.
She had like a tear.
Yeah, she had then previously called Toby because he's not in town. Did not tell her where he is.
Well,
so she's very
mad.
upset.
Yeah.
She drove him out of town.
You're right. I don't know what to believe. Like, honestly, I was like, oh, this is fake from A. But then the music was telling me different.
Right.
Usually the music
or the
match.
music could just be faking you out.
I'm trying to remember if the show has done that with the music. Usually like the A stuff, the music matches the tone.
Yeah.
Or if like on screen a character is experiencing something happy, but the music tone is telling the audience like, this isn't good.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's so important. I mean, music truly shapes the scene.
Important. Speaking of music,
yeah.
Shout out to Tyler Blackburn for giving us the song twice in the episode.
Twice?
It was the scene with him and Hanna, and then they start to play it again at the end with Spencer's scene. That was the scene of her on the phone with Toby.
Oh.
Yeah. What do we think of the song? I thought it was very apropos for the episode.
I mean, it worked.
It worked out very nicely.
If you didn't tell me it was him, I would have never.
Same. I didn't realize it was him until all of our listeners were like, and it's Tyler's song. And I'm like, oh.
I didn't know he was a singer.
Good for him.
I haven't looked into him too much.
Yeah. Same. I didn't remember if that was a thing then, if I paid attention to that he was a singer, or I forgot, or maybe I just didn't know.
Does his music appear in other episodes?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Very talented people on the show.
Yes.
As all of these.
Yes.
ABC Family CW shows. All of them do all the things.
Yeah. Was that ever talked about at Epicons?
That he sang? I don't think so.
Like you sat on a couple of panels.
Yeah, I don't think they discussed anything with that.
Okay. Yeah. Just curious.
Over to Hanna. In the morning, Ashley is approached by Officer Barry, who is like, I'm sorry, legally, Hanna has to provide a blood sample. Sorry.
Yeah.
And she's like, shit, what do I do about this? So she, of course, calls, as Michelle said, the resident lawyer in town, Veronica Hastings, to see what she should do about it. Veronica assures her that's going to be okay. But she doesn't tell Hanna about it.
But
naturally.
like, it's going to be okay in the sense of you still
like,
have to
she
submit
still has, you still have to submit the blood or what?
If it's court ordered,
you need to do it. Yeah. I don't think they can get around her not having to do it.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I mean, this is not good.
No, it's not good.
Hanna's
because
going to be going away in handcuffs.
The blood
it's only a matter of time.
Could be. I mean, this could all be that it was Hanna's blood on the anklet, regardless if it was actually Hanna's blood or it is Hanna's blood.
It's 100% Hanna's blood on the anklet. But Hanna has nothing to do with it.
But Hanna has nothing to do with it. It was planted.
It was planted, and Hanna's going away in handcuffs. I don't know when it's happening. I don't know if it's next week or in 2 weeks.
Maybe it's the season finale.
Maybe it's
or a mid-season finale.
I would say mid.
Mid-season.
Yeah. Season finale. We're going to be stretching this out.
We're really stretching
this blood sample. How are we going to put this off for like another 10 episodes or whatever?
So Ashley is stressed. She is stressed that morning. She can't tell Hanna. She ends up bumping into Pastor Ted, who hasn't seen her because Ashley felt weird about their last encounter, not realizing he was a pastor.
Yeah.
And he's like, we should get coffee. And she's like, oh, okay, great. Let's hang out. And she's going to make chicken parmesan.
How do you say it?
Parmesan.
Me too.
But Ina says it parmesan, so I feel like I need to say it parmesan.
Ina's queen.
She's queen. So should we say it parmesan? It just doesn't feel natural in my mouth.
Chicken parmesan. Wait. Wait a minute.
She's the way you were making that like full out like chicken parmesan.
Well, like, I can't.
You can't say it. It's like accoutrements. You can't say accompaniments. That's what you get.
Parmesan.
It's parmesan.
Parmesan. I can't. Oh my gosh. What the heck? I've never. I swear. So, you know what? It's weird because it's still Parma. You're just changing the
J to
right.
s.
But the son in my brain is making it be like
Doesn't
it sound like you should take the R Parmesan?
You're saying it like palm olive. It's parmesan.
Parmesan.
Just do parmesan. Parmesan. Chicken. All right, we'll get back to it. She'll work on it for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna make her the chicken parmesan.
Mm-hmm.
But Hannah's like, I'm gonna go out with Arya, and at this point, she ends up telling Hanna. And then there's all this food, so she's like, "Hey Ted, come on over." It's so cute. She gets so beautifully dolled up for this nice romantic candlelit dinner at her house
On the patio,
porch or whatever.
Yeah, looks good.
And it's going well. However, she keeps getting interrupted by phone calls from the police and from Veronica. And eventually he's like, yeah, I realized you're a very busy woman and I'm not bothered by it, but you know, like what's going on? She's like, well, Hanna could be in a lot of trouble, but she didn't do it.
I like that she
told him the truth. Yeah.
I mean, he's filled in as much as he can be.
Yeah. And he's like, well, it seems like it's going to be okay. And then he's like, I know you feel weird that I'm a pastor, but like, and then he says, just because a man's ordained, ... no follow up to that. And then he's like, well, it better be going. I'm like, wait, what do you mean?
Wait, what did she say? She
says, I'm no saint.
No, but before that, she was like, God.
Oh, she was like, I think she's going to be good. Thank God.
And then she's like,
I thought that was so funny. I thought that was the funniest thing. She's like, oh shit, I just said thank God.
That was supposed to be funny. You think she did that on?
No, I think she said thank God, but then she realized like, oh, right. I just said thank God in front of a pastor. Like, this is so embarrassing. And he's like, he thought it was charming. He's like, I'm, just because I'm a pastor doesn't mean what?
Right. And also like, I can't be around someone else who's a human being.
Right. You're human. Everyone makes mistakes, I like you. And they kiss. Yeah. It's very nice.
The Marin girls.
They got kissed tonight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of that, we go to school and Caleb has a very cordial meeting with Hanna. Yeah. It's like, you can see the vibes on him have been like, they're warmer.
You said it when we were watching. They've softened. It was a good way to describe it.
He has softened. He's not so hurt, I think, obviously, because Spencer allowed him to be in the inner circle in that last week.
He knows more.
He knows now that they're trying to figure something out and they wouldn't really be doing this unless there was probably a bigger reason.
Right.
So he's figuring out why Hanna would be so secretive. I think he's just like coming to terms with like, okay, she's probably just trying to protect me. I'm going to be open with her, but Hannah's not really receptive. Yeah. Fully because she's probably just trying to protect her heart because he broke up with her. Mm-hmm. And also like he could be in danger.
Yeah.
And then she gets a text from A that meet me at the Rosewood Apple Rose Grill.
Yep.
Or else Caleb like will suffer. So she doesn't know what to do. And Spencer's like, obviously don't go. But obviously she does go.
Of course, because, we know how these girls operate.
Okay, so she goes alone, and in the street, Caleb pulls up in the car, and she's like, Caleb, you need to go. You need to get out of here right away. I'm like, what the fuck's A gonna do? Like, come? I guess maybe she thought like A is gonna come drive a car and smash into him. Like, I don't know what she thought.
Yeah. Or
basically.
A will see.
She's like, you need to get out of here right away. And he's like, I'm A. And I'm like, was that trying to do?
No.
Yeah.
So,
Did you obviously at first you were like, no, like
No,
there's no way you were believing
yeah,
that.
No, I was like, oh, this is a trap. He just used like a dummy number and sent it and, unknown number and signed it A and knew that Hanna would show up
Yep.
if Caleb was threatened.
Right.
Of course.
But again, like, even if there was no A, wouldn't she still have shown up? I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like, even if they weren't getting texts from A again, and all of a sudden she got a text message from A that said Caleb's going to suffer, I don't know, wouldn't you be curious and you would still go? I wouldn't be like, ha, A.
I absolutely would be curious, and I would probably take one of the girls with me.
Right. So, to me, it doesn't prove much, but he obviously is right.
Yeah.
That Hanna and the girls are getting messages from A. He drives her to this like remote location. Apparently no A can find them there. I'm like, where are you? And how the hell do you know that? A finds out everything.
Oh.
So we'll see what they know about this conversation that Hanna basically tells him like, yeah, A is back. A ran your mom off the road. Like they're not playing this time.
Finally, she told him.
Yeah. And he's like, now we can be together. And she's like, what are you talking about? Just because I told you the one thing, like, no. But he's like, I want to help. I want, we don't need to lie to each other anymore. Like we're in a safe space. And he's like, basically, I don't remember exactly what his words were before he kissed her, but he kissed her.
He's like, I'm going to help you find A. We're in this
right.
together.
We're in this together, basically. And they start making out. And then he like takes her jacket. I'm like, oh, it's TBD what they did in that alley.
It's been a minute. They miss each other. I mean, Hanna, before they kissed, said, like, I miss you so much. You have no idea.
Right. It was so hard for me to do this.
Yeah. So, okay. So
what did you think about this? Like,
I don't know.
It wasn't my favorite get back together moment. I think we needed a little bit more tension.
Yeah.
Slow build. I don't know.
What happened, man? Where's my heart? My heart's there.
Your heart's still with Caleb. It's just like, now you're like, which girl?
Well, right. And okay, you know what? If Caleb is back on, are we changing the way we're going to communicate with one another?
I would hope so.
Mostly
Wouldn't
on
you?
Hannah's side.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but easier said than done.
Absolutely.
What if she gets a text from A that's like, I see you're back on with Caleb, but you better watch your back. He's still my number one target, or you're my number one target, or whatever. They're all the targets.
Right. Each week is different.
Still threaten Caleb.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's only so long that Caleb can know without like consequences.
Right. And now I will be interested to see if Toby comes back and if we involve Toby. Like, I'm still holding out for this.
Right, because that would be really unfair.
Caleb, roommates were involved.
Yeah.
Situation.
It's quite unfair, but then again makes sense because the girls want to protect their partners.
Of course.
But it's unfair that the partners don't all know. Yeah. If one knows, I feel like they all should know.
That's true.
Ezra should know.
One should
Toby
not
should
get
know.
Special treatment over the other.
Paige eventually should know. Maybe not right away because it's too fresh.
Is a lot.
Too much for Paige to deal with.
I don't know if we can trust Paige with all this.
Yeah, I know. She's
depending on the day.
The
or the
fact
moment.
that you can hear me is sickening.
Can you hear my glasses? All I hear is.
Oh no, I can't. But also in my ear I hear all the time. So
it is never up on my mic because of my glasses.
No, I mean I didn't.
You can't hear.
I just heard when you just did that. But
well, yeah, so fun
stuff.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have Arya. So Arya hears yelling coming from Ezra's apartment.
I'm like, these walls are paper thin. And out runs Ezra and Wesley, aka Wes, who is Ezra's brother. Mm-hmm. Assuming younger brother. Wesley
he looks younger.
Fitzgerald.
Wesley Fitzgerald.
Hello, sir.
Ezra Fitzgerald and Wesley Fitzgerald. Like, God, the diamonds. They're just...
Yeah.
He fits that name, I feel.
Yeah.
I felt the casting was,
good.
Again, pretty good.
It's very good.
Yeah, and they're fighting. As Ezra explains that the car that he sold, his grandfather's car, actually, because he denied his inheritance, it was supposed to go to Wes. And now the mom is saying it's a family heirloom and they need to get the car back. So Ezra has to buy the car back, except he does not have enough money because the guy's now doubling how much it is. And so Wes is like, just take my money, take mom's money, like we'll help you pay it back. And Ezra is like, no, I'll figure out some other way.
Yeah.
So he was going to go down to the bank and I guess take out some more money. And then Arya goes to the party. She wants to be picked up from the party and she calls Ezra, in which he does not have his phone because he went to go meet the guy about the car.
And he forgot his phone in his apartment.
He forgot it, but Wes was still there.
So weird.
Why are you still hanging out there?
So sus to me.
Yeah. And then so Wes picks up the phone. Vic says to you, would you pick up someone else's phone?
Would I pick up Sam's
I mean, I would pick
phone?
if you picked up, would you pick up Sam's phone if they're her like fresh, well, not fresh, but you never met her partner before and they started calling? Like, no, you wouldn't pick it up.
Wouldn't.
But if it was like my mom or my sister's phone, and I knew who it was, I'm like, hey,
yeah,
they're not the phone. They can't come to the phone right now.
If the partner, fresh, as you put it, kept calling and calling and calling,
then I'd be like,
then I
hey,
pick up and be like, hey, heads up, this is so important.
right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like now at this point, I would just like throw a text.
Oh,
right? Like,
sure.
Hey,
yeah.
I know you're looking for blah, 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 but they're not here.
But that's if you have the passcode.
True.
Can you send texts on a lock?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But you can pick up a phone call. So
yeah.
in these days, 2025, you can pick up someone's phone without it being locked. But back in those days, there was no password.
When's the last time you left a voicemail?
Years.
It's such a rare occurrence, right?
Years.
Yeah.
So much so that like the voicemails I do have, I keep.
Me too.
From like my mom or Randy or whoever, because I'm like, you never know if I need to listen to this. Vintage, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. This whole scenario made me think of this.
Yeah. Well, Wes just picks up Arya because he wrote down the address and he said it was easier if he picked her up because Ezra was going to be a while.
But it made it seem like he told her on the phone, like, I'll let Ezra know.
Yeah.
And give the message.
Yeah. And then he just left. In Ezra's car?
Yes. So where is Ezra?
Whose car did Ezra take? Where did Ezra go?
We didn't take our phone.
We didn't take our car.
We didn't take our car. And so we're on foot.
Did you walk? Did you walk? He did have his messenger bag.
This is so odd.
I don't know. Yeah, that was weird.
He had to go talk to the person who bought the car.
Right. Try and buy it back from him.
Where is this guy? Is he a neighbor? Like what?
Maybe.
And you're gone for
I know. I guess
such a long time.
Rosewood is a small town, but where is this person?
Also, where's Wesley's car? Where does Wesley
live?
Right.
Did Wes walk there?
Do we get more on him?
Yeah. But I don't remember.
Is he high school? Early college?
I think he's very early college.
Okay.
I think he's like a few years younger than Ezra, but older than Arya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So he picks her up. He's like, yeah, I need to get some food. I'm hungry. She's like, whatever. This is weird.
Yeah.
And so they're driving and Arya says, yeah, I hear you guys are basically, your family are not nice people. I don't like you guys, and my family is messed up, but you guys are way messed up. And he's like, yeah. She's like, oh yeah, paying people off. And Wes assumes she's not talking about anyone but Maggie. He told you about Maggie. Ooh. And as soon as Arya didn't say anything, he should have been like, never mind. But he's like, yeah.
No, I think he wants to stir the pot.
Okay, I was gonna ask you that. Like, I feel like if we were trying to portray that, they would have ended that camera frame on his face kind of more
smirky.
But he definitely did look upset that he spilled the beans. Unless it's just like a red herring, they're trying to throw you off.
Or maybe
I don't remember exactly what his motive is, if he has one.
Slip of the tongue. He lets everything out and maybe it's like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have said that type of deal.
Right. Like he maybe just is a flight risk as a person.
A flight risk. Yeah.
And
good. Yeah.
He doesn't know how to hold his tongue. I truly don't remember about Wesley, but he tells her that Maggie and Ezra got pregnant in high school
Senior year.
Senior year.
No, after graduation, right?
Well, yes, they were just graduated, which Ezra informs her about that. And apparently Diane said that she was going to pay her off.
Take care of it.
Take care of it. And Wes says, I didn't find this out until much later because I was young when it happened. So figure what? Are you 12? 13? I don't really know what he meant by young. Because I know he's not younger than Arya.
Yeah, so he can't be that.
We don't have a definitive age, but in my memory, he's
15?
not older.
14?
He's not younger than Arya.
13?
Right. So it happened. Diane took care of it. And now Arya's fuming. So she gets to Ezra's apartment and she's like, you need to tell me right away. And so he explains it. You know, my mom said, I'll take care of it. I was 18. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
My mom says, I can't have a baby now. I can't be a father now. So I said, okay. And I guess he didn't question what, taking care of it meant. Or maybe he did know what taking care of it meant. And it's undetermined what taking care of it meant.
Yeah.
But I think we're to assume that she had a schmortion at the schmortion clinic.
Right. She paid for it.
She paid for it.
I guess Maggie didn't have parents or
any say in
influence
it
on her part.
I guess maybe Maggie didn't have as much wealth as they did and said, okay, whatever you say goes.
This is a tough situation. Arya is frustrated because we keep learning new things at rapid speed in a short amount of time about Ezra.
Right, who she's been dating for like a year now.
Right. Which now I feel like we're getting to the nitty gritty of the relationship. Before it was fluffy.
Right. Because I guess that's what relationships are in the beginning.
Even though it wasn't a heavy matter because he was her teacher and then the threatening of the job with her dad getting involved, right? That
was all like that fantasy of forbidden love. And now it's like, this is real.
Right. Mm-hmm. But I also can understand Ezra's point. And I was young. I didn't know better. You're a kid out of high school. You're going off to college. Like, is it good?
My mommy helped me.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not good. But I can understand maybe him not wanting to talk about that situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring that up. I'm not proud of that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if they were older.
Yeah.
It would be a different story. But the fact that she is not even that age yet.
That's right.
To even make that, like, she couldn't possibly know what it's like.
Right. Yeah.
And then our last scene is in, I guess, a leasing office of the building that they're going to rent the apartment in Unit A.
Wow.
And that was it. The lady has many cat things.
Was that just like a quirky character element, or are these cats coming back?
I don't think so.
No, this was just
a choice to make
for this scene. She was just make her obsessed with cats.
Yeah, it was a choice.
And so so A is renting
apartment A in some building wherever, we don't know where. Ironically, it's apartment A.
Wow. I'm sure it was requested.
Right. It was probably requested.
Yeah. What letter of the alphabet's available? I'll take A.
I'll take A. It sounds good. All right. Let's go over to Lucky Leon's Ladle this week. Provided by our listener, Michael. We love you so much. The scoop of the week.
Rewind.
The scoop of the week is Baskin Robbins Wild and Reckless Sherbet or Sherbet or Sherbet or Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Like Moira Rose. Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Oh, this sounds so good.
Okay.
Green apple, blue raspberry, and fruit punch flavored sherbet. Are you kidding? I need to have this. No. How do we get this on dry ice? We need to have it.
Well, Mike did bring bagged milk last year.
He did. Next time you're in New York, Mike, we don't expect anything less. Just kidding.
Can you bring a sherbet?
Sherbet. No, but specifically this. That sounds so good.
Wow.
He says you can be reckless by having a scoop of this flavor while playing some truth or dare. The fruit isn't the only thing punching this week with that saucy round of truth or dare we saw. The blue raspberry represents Emily's mood this week. She's feeling a little sad whole watching the videos on Maya's website. The green apple represents the Rosewood PD as they got the green light to ask for the sample of Hannah's blood. Are you daring enough to give this flavor a try? I gave it 4 scoops out of 5, basically a large cone. Yes, I'm daring. I need this. This is all the makings of an Alyssa flavor.
That sounds so good right now.
Yeah. Very refreshing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love anything. We love green apple.
Love
blue raspberry.
Love.
Fruit punch. I'll take it.
In this
concoction.
Yeah.
It was never a drink I would reach for as a child.
I did like a fruit punch flavor ice pop. Or an ice.
Yeah. But I would never like drink the drink.
No. Me neither.
Who is your MVP? Do you have one?
I do have an MVP.
Me too. I think it's the same.
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, Paige. 2 weeks in a row with the same.
She's sweet. She was sweet.
It was sweet.
Just enough Paige.
Exactly. This was just enough Paige. It was the right amount of Paige.
Quality over quantity. That's how I like my Paige.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I should probably retract that. Because this was a quality Paige moment. I guess I'll stick to that, actually.
Because, when there is too much Paige, we can get a little out of control.
Yes.
Which I feel like not her part of the episode, but like generally when she's on the screen, I can give the episode a higher cringe level because of it. So
for sure.
Shittiest.
That's what I'm struggling with. Do you have a clear shitty?
I'm just gonna give it to the cons.
Yeah, I mean they're broskies and they're gross.
Yeah,
Grosky broskies.
Grosky broskies.
Grosky bro. I can't say.
We can't even say it was too good for the first time.
But they are gross and they're bros, and so it was to be expected.
Yeah,
it's like walking into the lion's den.
Yeah, I think they did a really good casting. Like Robbie Amell as Noel Khan's brother. I remember watching it for the first time, and back in the day, I don't remember exactly what Robbie Amell was in at the time that I was like, oh, Robbie Amell, I know him from things.
I don't know him.
He was in, what's that one? Of course, I can't remember any of the things. That cutie little Mae Whitman.
The Duff.
The Duff.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Even I watched that only because
I love Whitman. Wait,
we're having a night.
Mae Whitman.
Yes, she's cute.
Adorable. Okay, so
he's been in a lot of things. His cousin is Stephen Amell, who was Arrow.
And he was in Scooby Doo.
He was in Scooby Doo? Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, he was in Scooby Doo?
He played Fred in another.
Oh, is that why they said that?
Version.
Is that why they said that? Interesting.
Well,
like he was in Scooby Doo.
Well, wait, who said that?
Wait, you just said he was in Scooby Doo?
You just said. Well, is that why they said that?
Because Spencer talked about.
Oh, you like this was a haha moment
within
the show.
Maybe
this came out in 2009.
Okay, and this came out in 2012, so that would make sense.
Oh, he was in Cheaper by the Dozen.
Okay,
2.
He's been in a lot of things. He was in, wasn't he? He's not the Leighton Meester Christmas movie.
The Leighton Meester.
The newest one with Leighton Meester, the Christmas movie where something X's. Did you watch that one? I watched it like for 5 seconds. Xmas. I watched it for okay, it wasn't new. It was new to me because I don't watch Christmas movies.
Yeah. I did watch this one.
He was in that. He's super cute.
He was.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember what he was in during the time, but I knew of Robbie Amell.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, perfection. Of course he's Noel's brother. Just was good casting.
Yeah.
He's good at playing a douche.
Yes. And
I'm sure he's
brothers.
not. They did look like brothers.
Him and Brant.
The casting was very good.
Mm-hmm.
What would you rate it cringe wise? I was gonna say like based off my summary, pretty low, but also I feel like what were we laughing at? We were definitely laughing at this. There was one part, the whole truth or dare scene when Spencer goes to run back in to play Jenna. It like does this zoom in. I'm like, what are we literally in Twilight? It reminds me of the time where like in Twilight where James realized he's tricked and they zoom in and he's like, That's what it reminded me of.
I love Twilight so much. And the amount I reference it in my daily waking life.
It's sickening.
It's
No other generation understands the hype of this just phenomenon. I get the people, you guys, we also have Harry Potter. That's also our generation.
Yes.
I'm sorry if you think that's your generation. It's our generation.
Yes.
But the Twilight phenomenon is just like another, like nobody will understand it. And that's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. You don't need to understand it. You just had to be there at the time and in history.
Yeah.
And go to midnight premieres
That's right.
and stand online.
That's right.
For hours. And
yes.
It's a religion.
Special time.
It's a religious moment.
It's
This is my religion.
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
But yes, that part I cringed at a little bit. Jenna's whole demeanor cringed me the whole time.
Jenna's hand.
Just Jenna's hand.
On Noel's shoulder. And it wasn't cringy, but it made me laugh. And maybe because it was charming or cute. The whole like, thank God. And I just,
Oh, you even said, you're like, Spencer holding that envelope is super cringy.
Oh my, yes. Spencer just holding that envelope so close to her.
Yeah, I think I like this.
She can't help it.
She can't help it.
She is
and we don't see her enough like that. She's usually calm, cool, collected. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was struggling.
Yeah, well.
That bee really got to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she missed the early application.
Yeah. UPenn.
Poor thing. Oh my God. No, we're on episode 10 next week.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Why did I put
Wasn't this episode 9?
I just want to make sure I have the right episode here.
You mean like the right title and all the things?
10th. Yeah, okay. I put 11, but it's number 10. The title is What Lies Beneath.
Okay.
My secret.
I've got a secret.
The girls do some snooping around the KAHN house and discover some answers about Maya's last night in Rosewood.
Wow. So are the girls sneaking back in?
Sure are.
Oh, they are. Oh, she's answering. Oh, good.
They sure are.
I had follow up, but that was great that we got that out of the way.
Noel's in it a lot next week. The girls were like, what if I do now? What do you know? What do you know?
Noel's
He's
in
like,
it a lot?
Yeah. But he's not there when they break into his cabin.
So the girls are going to break in searching for Maya's last night. Is that what you said?
They were searching for clues and they end up finding some stuff.
Yeah. So I think we're going to... I don't know why, but I keep thinking about the symbol. And I feel like we're going to get more of that. And we're going to link to that. Mm-hmm. And maybe we're going to dig more into her website, kind of cross-reference what we're finding and see if anything lines up with like past parties that she went to.
Right. Like that looks familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe there'll be videos or pictures of...
Excuse me. That came out of nowhere.
Bless you. Maybe there'll be video or pictures that cross-reference Maya being at the cons in the past. Is it a good episode? Do you like it?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get some things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Things, good. And it's double digits.
Wow.
Yay. Very
Can't
exciting.
believe it.
I know.
What I'm so excited for actually in 2 weeks is when Seth comes on.
I know.
You heard it here first.
Seth
is going to be on.
Seth is coming.
312.
Seth is coming. Seth Vargas. Woohoo. Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Always. He'll be like, did you know that this movie that was in the background poster, if you zoomed in at triple zoom, do you know what this means for the whole story? We'd be like, wow, Seth, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I mean that with full heart and like, because that's the brilliance of Seth.
Right.
When we covered season 2 of the OC, every poster on Lindsay's wall, he's like, do you know what this means? And this, he got a little crazy with it though. He's a little off, but I love it. I love the way Seth's mind works.
Me too.
It's so great. Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Wow. We learned a lot here.
No message from A this week.
No message from A?
No.
They're throwing us off.
They sure are.
Do you think they're going to reveal themselves this season? I think...
No.
You don't?
I don't know.
I feel like A wants to retire.
And that's okay.
Yeah, no pressure, A. If you're like, it's not for me anymore, I'm going to pass the torch. Or maybe they'll like disappear like Holden and they'll come back and 3 seasons from now. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, bitches.
Hey, bitches, I'm back. Just for this episode.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, what are you up to, eh?
What are you up to,
It's okay if you're tired.
I get it.
You get it.
January's tough.
Jan 2. That Jan 2 is never, you never recovered.
I've never recovered from Jan 2, guys.
Well, we'll be back in the double digits
Yes.
next week. Thank you to all who joined us for our Zoom, and we will be back in your ears
Bye.
soon.